It happened late one night during one of my usual rides. I've been driving for years now, and you get used to all kinds of passengers, chatty ones, quiet ones, even a few strange ones. But this particular night, it was different. It stuck with me. The roads were nearly empty, just the way I liked it. There's something peaceful about the silence of the city at 3 a.m., but there's also something eerie about it when you're alone with nothing but the hum of your car. That's when I got a request. The pickup point was an old park on the edge of town. I hesitated for a second. Why would anyone be there at this hour? But work is work, so I made my way over. As I pulled up, the park was shrouded in darkness. The street lights flickered, casting long shadows across the empty benches and swings. My eyes scanned the area, but I didn't see anyone at first. Just as I was about to cancel the ride, I spotted him, standing under one of the flickering lights. He was tall and thin, wearing a long black coat. His face was obscured by the shadows, but his posture was stiff, almost unnatural. He didn't wave or move toward the car, just stood there watching me. I rolled down the window a little and called out, "Are you my ride?" Without a word, he nodded and walked over. His footsteps were slow, deliberate. The way he moved sent a chill down my spine. He got into the back seat and the air seemed to grow colder. He didn't speak at all, just sat there, staring out the window. His presence was suffocating. Every instinct in me was screaming to cancel the ride and drive off, but I ignored it. After a minute of silence, he finally spoke. His voice was low and raspy. "Have you ever taken someone to a place they never returned from?" I forced a nervous laugh. "No, can't say I have." He didn't laugh back. Instead, he leaned forward slightly, his face still hidden in the shadows. "Not everyone makes it back, you know," he said. "Sometimes they just disappear." My hands gripped the steering wheel tighter. I kept my eyes on the road, trying to ignore the heavy feeling in my chest. "So, where are you headed?" I asked, trying to sound casual. He gave me an address, a remote area outside the city. My stomach dropped. It was miles away, out in the middle of nowhere. But I didn't want to ask questions. I just wanted to get this ride over with. The drive felt like it lasted forever. The deeper we went into the countryside, the darker it got. No street lights, no signs of life, just the two of us, surrounded by the endless void of the night. Every now and then I'd glance at him through the rearview mirror. He never moved, never blinked. He just sat there, staring straight ahead. Then, without warning, he spoke again. "You shouldn't have come this far." My blood ran cold. "What do you mean?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. He didn't answer. Instead, he smiled, a slow, chilling grin that sent shivers down my spine. I didn't wait to find out what he meant. My instincts kicked in and I slammed on the brakes. "You know what? I think we're done here," I said, trying to sound calm. The man didn't argue. He opened the door, stepped out, and stood there watching me as I drove off. My heart was racing and I didn't look back. When I finally reached the city, I pulled over to catch my breath. I opened the app to report the ride, but there was nothing there. No record of the request, no passenger. To this day, I still don't know who or what that man was, but I've never driven near that park again.